Still hard.
I'm Rhiannon, I'm 14 and my agent's Betty Ann Norton.
Great.
Rhiannon's talents were many. She loved nothing better than to sing and act. Even when she was terribly sick, she refused to stop living her life to the full, and she was cast in a short film and also travelled the country taking part in historical reenactments.
Have you ever heard the saying that a person is not dead while their name is still spoken? I'm a firm believer in that, and my sister Rhiannon has changed a lot of people's lives, and when someone changes someone else's life, they will remember that person. So, as far as I'm concerned, she has not died. My sister still remains with us, because the people she has changed still live.
For nearly a year, Barbara didn't work as she nursed her daughter through her final days. She has only recently started getting back to work, doing several jobs, being a transcriber, running her coven courses, and reading tarot cards.
If you kind of think about the stuff that's going on in your life at the moment and where things are going for you, and then when you kind of feel, yeah, that feels good, then you tell me and I'll tell you what to do next.
All right.
A lot of people do think tarot reading is a scam, and that's fine. They don't have to get their cards read. I know when I read cards, I'm very accurate. I'm accurate about what the past is. I used to work on a tarot line once, which I would never do again, for the simple reason I couldn't bear it. I couldn't bear people with such huge problems refusing to actually get them dealt with, running up huge phone bills. Oh, it was a nightmare. I used to actually hang up on them, and I finally had to quit because I just felt so awful. So, this, this Seven of Pentacles reversed is about movement. It's about having been in one place for long enough, being very happy and kind of satisfied with what you've gotten out of it, but feeling, no, I can't go any further in that direction.
Right.
The Hanged Man is a great card, right? But not the way he is right now, which is very often we give up things, we stop doing things because we know if we make this particular sacrifice at this point in time, the long run benefit is going to serve us well.
Right.
And this card is saying, what direction are you looking in? Why aren't you actually looking in the directions that are actually better suited to you? Okay. I mean, why aren't you looking at what you do well instead of what you'd like to do well? What happens when you do take
Barbara did not know the client, but I did, and I can say that the reading she received was strangely accurate.
that open out?
Right. Life goes on for Barbara, but her daughter's memory lives on.
I mean, I have Rhiannon everywhere in this room, her pictures on the walls, her glasses on the mantelpiece,
Do you believe she's still around?
Always. Oh, she talks to me. I was in bed there a couple of months ago and I was reading and I suddenly heard, Mom! And I looked up and I said, what? I love you. And she was gone again. But I mean, as I heard that as clearly as I hear you.
And does that make you sad that she's physically not here? Or, does it make you yearn for her?
All the time.
And just as Barbara's mother Anne brought her to Clonegall for the Festival of Samhain, Barbara also introduced Rhiannon to Olivia and her ceremonies. Within this community, those who have passed on are not forgotten, are not dead. They have simply left this world and are in a new one.
So the only person we can confess...
At the close of the Samhain festival, Olivia asks all present to meditate so they can meet their loved ones who have passed.
Compassion with feeling. So we forgive others and so we forgive ourselves. For all is possible with the goddess. So we now receive our animal friend.
Here, Barbara remembers Rhiannon.
When I met my elemental being, it was a dragon. And it started off as a really tiny, tiny, tiny little dragon. It grew and grew. Its wings then grew out and enfolded me. And Rhiannon was just laughing so hard at this stage. She just thought that was hilarious. And when I met the angel, it again took her aspect and told me, I'm the angel at your shoulder, you know.
She was fair, delicate, lovely. She gave me a lovely... She said, I want to talk to you. It's about 17, before she left us in this world, after breakfast. And I was very pleased that young people like talking to me. We talked about spiritual things, and she gave me this lovely locket, which I still have. So it seemed to me like Anne, Barbara, Rhiannon were a lovely sisterhood.
Such was her beauty that Death himself knelt at her feet. And, you know, that was her beauty. She was. Just amazing. I was so lucky. You know? I still am.
There on a barren landscape, formed from stone, a bitter wind did blow, yet warm my heart. Off on the crashing waves, my thoughts did start, realising then I was not alone. 1,000 ghostly hands did hold me fast, and hoary rock rose glowed beside my feet. Content to know my roots, my father's beat, a lulling affinity with the past. Oh, hold me there forever in my home, so rich, so green, so living, pulsing still. And in the sea, the valleys, or the hills, I'm called by the mother maiden and grown, sweet fertile land, who will laugh, cry, and groan. You have passed me life, and I my own.
You have passed me life, and are my own.
I give thanks to Great Isis of 1,000 names for granting us her blessings here today, and for keeping our wonderful High Priestess with us, and the grace of her presence. And I ask for Isis that healing be to all of you, all your wishes be granted, and the peace and healing and understanding that you got today be felt as you go home and with you until our next meeting.